Hey you guys, what's up? It's Clary Berry, and I am going to do with you guys another no communication video. It is Sunday morning. I hope you're having a great day. Got up early again to bring you guys a good video before the day gets too much started. And I do recommend, if you just happen to stumble on this video and you are in a little bit of communication, low communication, or even that you want more on any level, you can still get something out of this video, whether it's twin flame, soulmate, whatever. Pretty much the terms are so interchangeable and the concepts can be used for literally everyone, even if you have no romantic interest and you turn anything I say about your partner, twin flame, person, whatever, around on yourself and your the other side of yourself. So I am going to talk a little bit about the astrology and everything else at this time. So that goes for most of my videos altogether. But this is going to be a no communication video. I am going to go through divine masculine and divine feminine. But first, we are going to take our overlying energy cards. And okay, they're popping out today and landing on the floor. We have prioritize here. Okay. Prioritize, focus on your highest priorities. I will help you get organized and motivated. So your highest priorities. This does not mean just what happens to be number one on your list. That's not what it means by highest. This means your highest self. Why waste time on things that are not in alignment with your true self, especially right now? Especially with this new, we're basically wrapping up the old eclipse cycle and really moving forward to this new eclipse cycle. So we're, life is changing before our very eyes. And look at all these cards trying to fly on the floor. That is, again, I think indicative of this, poof, this expansive Jupiter energy that we have, this expansive big change is coming. And, it can sometimes be overwhelming. It can sometimes overflow, Again, I always say that just even the way the cards come out is indicative of things. Okay, so step out of your comfort zone, North Node. North Node is in Cancer right now, okay? So a lot of, having to deal with those emotions, and emotionally step out of your comfort zone too. Step out of your emotional comfort zone, so to speak, okay? So comfort zones, man, they're so comfortable, they're so nice, but yeah, they're so limiting. They're so limiting. It may feel just so, you may feel like that, well, that's what I like, and that's what I do, and that's just who I am. And it's like, no, that's not who you are necessarily. That's not what, it may be what you like right now, but that doesn't mean it's what's best for your highest self, okay? So for your highest self and your highest priorities, it's going to call you to step out of your comfort zone right now, okay? So let's see what our animal oracles, and wow, can you guys see so much purple here? All three cards are purple, so this is very much going inward and upward. Spirituality. Again, this idea of your highest self, your divine self, your goddess queen, goddess angel queen, however you want to call it, So Condor, you're too enmeshed in the situation, so step back and see the bigger picture before making any decisions or taking any action. Okay, so let's go ahead and jump in. Well, yeah, we're going to do the divine masculine first. So let's jump in and see what is going on with the divine masculine. I did a video on this kind of generally yesterday, but again, this is more for people who are in very, very low or no communication with their twin flame, okay? Let's see what we got. One of these is upside down already. Okay, guys. Wow. Okay, yeah. So this is kind of similar, again, to the divine masculine for the general collective that, might have been in communication. But I think there's this kind of lasting something that is bringing them down. They may not realize it. Divine masculine may not realize it. But it's very important in their life to deal with these situations, with these thoughts, beliefs, and expectations that keep popping up in their life and keep causing pain, keep causing, them to stumble and fall, okay? Very, very simple there. Like the healing, they can rise and they can be cleansed if they are willing to basically do the shadow work here. And that will help you. If you go to my website, claryberry.com, you can figure out how to get the program. And it's just so important for taking care of these thoughts, beliefs, and expectations that are getting in your way, that are holding you back. And I'm getting like this real sense that the divine masculine is just really feeling stuck, like majorly pinned down again by whatever their thoughts and beliefs and expectations are. So it might have to do with, they believe that they just have to work themselves to death, to where they don't have any time left, don't have any, life left to enjoy life. Or it could be a belief that they're always going to hurt somebody, or that they're never going to be loved. Those are some common ideas of just examples of things. But see, there's so many things that need to be dealt with. And for the divine feminine who's watching this, may feel like, oh my gosh, like my divine masculine is hurting. What can I do? And there's this tendency to rush in and help and all of this stuff. And the best thing you can literally do is do exactly what they need here, which is the shadow work. Okay. The shadow work works on the thoughts, beliefs, and expectations, on the swords type of energy. Okay. And so we have King of Swords next. So this is showing us that there will be, increase here. There will be change. There will be growth. This is very much going within, transforming, getting to higher ground. It's like getting to safety. This was your danger. This is your repetitive cycles. This is escaping them. We are no longer going to participate in these thoughts, beliefs, and expectations. And therefore, we're going to come to a more just, happy, elevated space where you can then lead other people. And I'm getting it's kind of like he's just coming into his own, coming into his or her, whoever the divine masculine might be. And it is a general reading, so the roles can be reversed here. The divine masculine and feminine within us can always be reversed as well. Also, remember, you can watch this for yourself in a sense that it's talking about the divine masculine within yourself. The yin and the yang, you have a divine masculine and feminine within yourself as well. So if you're resonating with this for yourself, it's always going to be like that. Because again, your twin flame is like the same blueprint. It's the same thing. So whatever I'm saying for them should resonate with you as well. And again, going within is always going to be the way to create change here. Okay. But that's what we have is we have change coming into our own. So that's good. But with this being in reverse, it's very important to take care of this. Very, very, very important to take care of this right now in order to keep. I feel like some of you may have, or some of the divine masculines may have already done a lot of change, done some looking within. Some of, again, the divine feminines may have already gotten to a place where they feel like they've gotten better, a place where they can even lead other people. But still, again, there's still that stuck energy. It's like, even if you've done work and have removed some of these, thoughts, beliefs, and expectations that do not serve you, you still have a lot more to do. So keep doing the shadow work. Okay. I think there's a lot of judgments right now that are even kind of maybe even coming to a head that need to be dealt with right now. So go to claryberry.com or the description box below and get the program. And it's going to help you to help your person. When you guys, because you are connected, when you do the inner work, it will help your person. And again, they're not going to be able to give or, even be with you or even communicate with you when they're stuck like this. It's like they're so stuck in certain ways with these swords and these mentalities. Okay. And then the other aspect is like, whatever they are, whatever time they have left after dealing with this stuff and whatever energy they have left is they're putting into their work. And that could be, again, part of the thoughts, beliefs, and expectations that they just have to show up to work. But they definitely feel like, just this job, this job, just over broke, like working for other people. This is the very basics, of their life. And it takes up so much of their time. So that is probably why you haven't been hearing from your divine masculine. Okay. So there's not a lot of other things. So don't be worrying about it. Don't be putting it out there, into the universe that they don't love you and they're just not or they're doing something else that they shouldn't be. Because a lot of this is really speaking to, they are working on themselves. They're they're experiencing maybe that rock bottom energy that needs to be felt before they work on themselves even more. But again, the best thing that you can do as a divine feminine or whoever in the partnership is to go ahead and do your own shadow work as much as possible. And remember, I teach you in the program how to do the shadow work every day. Shadow work is so easy. It's so simple. It really can be and should be a lifestyle that you use in your mentality all day, every day. It really helps you to be better at the holistic law of attraction, which is what the first part of the program is about. And then there's the shadow work and then the inner child healing. But the shadow work particularly, we teach you how to flip your thoughts. It's about flipping the switch is what I call it. That's why my program on YouTube, or my, my Facebook group, which by the way, my Facebook group, I'm going to put it in the description box below as well. Go ahead and join that if you want access to exclusive videos and content. But, gosh, I just totally lost my train of thought. I went too far over. It's too early in the morning for this. But I do just want to jump right back in here because, you know, the Divine Masculine is doing this work. They are learning lessons. I think in a way they are realizing, you know, that working for these other people, you know, is not exactly what their true desire is. Like they want to create on their own. They want to do something that has to do with their own, you know, healing and maybe even spirituality in the future. So it's like in the back of their mind, these big ideas of change, as they are for a lot of us, you know, right now with the astrology going on. That's been one of our prime things, is to go really deep here. And then it's going to lead us to a new idea of ourselves. So again, the more work you do right now, I know it seems crazy, but the underlying, you know, connection between you two is so strong that when you do work, your partner will feel it. Simple as that. And they will be inspired to change, whether you physically tell them or not. So, you know, I'm seeing in the near future that, especially with doing this work, with heeding these warnings, I guess you could say, the Divine Masculine is really going to come into their own even more. They're going to be seeing things a lot more clearly. They're going to be figuring out their passion. This is all about this passion, almost this stubbornness in creating this headstrong change right now, okay? Feeling secure enough to show their love. Look at his sleeve here. He's wearing his heart on his sleeve. That's what that is right now, okay? So in the past, you know, and you know, I don't know how far into the future. This could be days, weeks, months, probably one of those. But the Divine Masculine, with this work and with the work that the Divine Feminine is doing, again, coming out of this comfort zone and prioritizing, if this happens, then the Divine Masculine is going to really realize who they are, realize more what they're here for, realizing their passion for their person, for you. And, you know, that's funny because I never even noticed that there, but that is a heart, and it's on the sleeve, you know, and he's all in red. He's also realizing here, and I say he, you know, they, realizing the depths of their love for you, and also realizing how high and how pure and how spiritual it really is. So you guys, I know that a lot of people just want to hear, oh, your partner loves you so much. And yeah, they do. They're wearing their heart on their sleeve, but you still have to do the work, okay? I know these videos sometimes like, oh, they love me, it's great, let's watch the next one that's going to be all fluffy, and they're going to, you know, tell me, it's like everything's peaches and cream, they love you, don't worry. But no, this is after this work happens, okay? This is you doing the work, you realizing that your partner needs help, okay? Not attacking them, not bringing the drama. Let them go through their own and be a good example in every way, shape, and form. So if you do happen to talk to them, maybe drop a line. You've been working on yourself. You've been doing the shadow work. Maybe even if they ask, you know, yeah, feel free to explain to them about it. Teach other people, and you both will rise. You both will grow, and they will do this work. They will feel the work that you have done as well. And only after that happens, you know, are you going to have this rising to where, again, you really see things for what they are. You really know that your partner is with you at the lowest point and also at the highest point, that they're there for you for a reason. And it's kind of like I'm feeling like it's like experiencing this passion in a new way, because the way the sunset is right there, this has to do with healing. The healing that is going on here is directly affecting, well, everything. It's directly affecting, the finances, the mission, the health, the future, but it's directly affecting and cleansing out all the old drama that used to be here. Okay. And I think maybe that has maybe been done for the divine feminine, but it has not been fully done for the divine masculine. So that is part of the shadow work. When you do the shadow work, you realize that everything happens for a reason. Every painful thing, you flip around and it's a sign for you. It's a sign. Okay. So this is really going to help, again, the divine masculine in so many ways, not just with you and with the partnership, but also with their whole life in general. And I feel like it's really going to help them to become healthier, because when people have purpose, they just normally will treat themselves better. It's that despair and I don't know what to do with my life and all of these things. Okay. So, and this is knowing, where the true heart is, where the true home is, where the, like doing what you do and why are you doing it? You're doing the things that you do, you're leading, you're growing, you're taking care of your health. Why? Because you have that passion at home. Okay, so it's like, yes, we're still branching out, we're still growing. I guess one of my lights just went out. Sorry about that. This is not the best lighting here. Oh my gosh, what's going on? Things are happening. Okay, and then again, we come back to the Nine of Swords. So this is just simply telling us here that there's not an easy fix to this, okay? It is going to be a process. And like I said, this is, doing shadow work is a lifelong, it should be a lifestyle, not just something that you do and then you heal from and then you move on. Healing is not linear. Healing is not a straight line. Oh, I'm healed, then I got more healed, and then I got more healed, and then I'm all the way healed. No, that's not how it works. Healing, you heal, and then you're healed and you're changing and you're growing, and then oops, we got to relearn. You have to solidify the messages that you already learned and all of those types of things. And this just speaks to the fact that there's literally so much to be done, so much work to be done. Could be from trauma, could be from just random, you never really know where you pick up these things. A lot of times it's the way your family treats you, the way your school treats you, classmates, teachers, priests, all these things. The way people treat you sets your brain to have expectations for life. And those expectations, a lot of times not truthful, do not serve you, and they hurt you. So, and these are mostly subconscious things that we have to dig in with the shadow work and really you have to do the work in order to make these changes. And after you do the work, the divine masculine is going to see the changes. You are going to see a big change in the relationship. So this is actually as clear a sign as I've ever gotten. This, a lot of times, kind of this whole scenario kind of plays out the same, but this is very potent in saying that doing the work here, okay, taking control, going within and taking this change is going to really clean out the divine masculine's idea of this partnership. It's going to help. The cleansing is going to help the passion to even grow, and it's going to help the divine masculine to understand that this relationship is divine. Okay, I want to be very clear here because it's coming through very clear, like a wrecking ball. Focus on this. This should be your priority, is going within. If you want your partner to also do this work, also what I just said, have this cleansing energy to clean out this passion and heal this relationship on a deep level to where both of you are going to be realizing the passion even deeper. You're going to look back and say, oh, that's why those lows happened. And you're going to look forward and say, wow, I'm so excited about these new beginnings and these, the way that this passion can manifest in our lives moving forward. Okay. And there will be great rewards even after doing just a little bit of work. Okay. There's only really from here to here, There's only one less thing. Okay, so this should be hopeful. In a way, it's kind of like, oh shit, like there's so much work to do. How could I possibly do this? But there's no rush because, like I said, once you do shadow work on one thing, you're gonna have so much freaking growth and so much progress. And I guarantee, we'll be in communication because this is coming through as more of healthy, but this is it's the pentacles for me always signify basically the 4 external, kind of habitual energies, 4 or 5 here. So it's social, financial, vocational, and environmental, like your home and your feng shui and all of that stuff. So what this is about to me today in this reading has to do with the health of the relationship, the health of the social. This could be also about not caring so much about what other people think of the relationship, and knowing, again, because the outside, other people's expectations can a lot of times keep all of us from, what we want, and if other people are chirping about the relationship in their ear, then that's gonna, keep them away in some way, shape, or form. It's gonna block. But this is about he's not listening anymore. He or she, whatever, they're not listening. They're not doing what other people necessarily want. They may listen, they may try to understand and reason, but it's ultimately, the passion of the actual divine masculine here that is going to be able to push through. So I feel like this is kind of working through this idea and really understanding that no, this is not some toxic relationship that needs to be ended. It's just a bunch of cycles and it's codependent, blah, blah, blah. No, this is really, truly understanding that the relationship is not only healthy, but it's for the highest good. It is completely divine. It is completely higher, it should be one of your top priorities here. Okay. And I really feel like the divine masculine is realizing that the divine feminine should be their highest priority. And I say this is what is happening, but it's a slow process. Again, it's really helped with the work. So when you do the work, you're going to see this happen. Okay. This is what it is. You may not, I'm not saying you're seeing this now. It may be starting to bubble up a little bit, but you're really going to start seeing that in the future. Again, get the program and do the work. This is like, if you don't do the work, you're not going to come into, you're not going to get the results, you're not going to get that feeling where, again, the divine masculine is the one in charge. They're not listening to other people. They're not listening to, society's ideas of what a relationship should necessarily be. They're realizing, again, that the lows were for a reason and that the highs are coming again and that they are pure, that they are for a reason. Okay. And they're going to get very, I don't want to say stubborn and headstrong about it, but they're going to know so solidly that it is almost like a stubborn energy. Like they do not care what other people say anymore. They're not going to care. Okay. So that is the reading for the divine masculine side. Okay. And again, this can be for your own divine masculine side within you if you relate more as the feminine in their relationship. Cheers. A little breakfast here, a little mini breakfast. Okay, so now we're going to move on to the divine feminine. So, welcome. Usually it's the divine feminine watching. So, again, the roles can be flipped and switched and, it just depends. And sometimes I think things may switch where we don't even notice it. Like, again, if you haven't been in contact with your person, they may be in the feminine mode more than you. So you may be, in essence, the divine masculine, even though normally you identify as the divine feminine. Okay, it's not a set in stone thing. Okay, so I'm getting for the divine feminine, it's about this condor is a little bit more for the feminine here. You're too enmeshed in the situation. Step back and see the bigger picture before making any decisions or taking action. Okay, so I feel like the divine feminine might have been wanting to fly away, might have been toying with this idea, oh, I haven't heard from my person, I'm so over this, like, why do I never get, this or that out of them? Why do we never see each other? Why do they never call me? It's like they're about to walk away, but it's like when you're too close to the picture, you can't see it, so you have to back up, and then you get the bigger picture and see what's actually going on. And that's kind of, I feel like, what we're doing here during this reading. Hopefully what you're getting out of this, okay? This is the stepping back process. And so it's not only listening to this video, taking it into consideration, maybe watching it a couple times to see what else you can get out of it. I know I'm a fast talker sometimes, but also to carry what you learn with you. You know, maybe take notes, maybe carry it with you throughout this week, okay? And it may be uncomfortable to try to wrap your mind around this sort of thing. Or, you know, a lot of us are like, why would I want to be okay with them not talking to me? Well, it's not necessarily that. It's just about being, just understanding it, okay? Okay, so these are all going to be upside down because this is a brand new deck, okay? But I am still going to take it as a sign, and this means that this is either very important or, again, it's happening a little bit more in the future. And I think for this one, there's this energy of it could be the future, like the next 2 minutes. It could be the future tomorrow, but it's going to be very near future here, okay? So keep that in mind, and it's up to you how fast this stuff kind of comes into fruition or whatever, okay? So, and again, these are a little bit different here, different kind of cards, and I love that because I feel like we're feeling different. We're in this change. We're working on, you know, getting better and better and going higher and higher. And so we have the first one. It's a 6 of Scrolls here, so that would be actually swords. That's our mental energy, our communication, okay? And I love this deck because just the way that it is, I think it, I don't know, I just love this. Can't even explain it. I just love it. So we've got the elephant, the wise old sturdy elephant here. Could be a young elephant. I don't know. I said old, but then we've got the moon here. So this is going within. This is accessing your higher wisdom, of course. This also might have to do, elephants are about the, you know, the memory. So this is kind of about coming to peace with the past is what I'm getting here. And communicating that, communicating this growth and understanding that, you know, maybe communicating that with the universe, communicating that with yourself, reminding yourself how, again, it was kind of like with the divine masculine, he was realizing that the depths, the lows are not just frivolous. It's not just, oh, that was a shitty situation. This is soul growth, because with the twin flame, because they are basically a part of you, because they have the same soul blueprint, you have the same things to work on, they're going to trigger parts of you more than anyone else. But it's not just because it's a toxic relationship, it's because that's what you need to learn, that's what you need to evolve and grow. And this is like a boost, it's like a push to do that, do what needs to be done to grow, okay? So this is absolutely about a higher communication, okay? It could be with your spirit guides. It could be with yourself, the divine side of yourself. This is absolutely coming together here with this card, okay? Understanding what is happening for your highest good, everything in the past that did happen for your highest good, and growing from it. This is about extracting those messages, even on a deeper level and on an inner level than you ever have before. So this might be a really good time, especially before the new moon on Monday. Or is it Tuesday? Tuesday, yes, Tuesday we have our new moon at 10:05 a.m., new moon in Sagittarius, which I may just do another video on, but it's going to be a lot of new beginnings. And there is a potential with the Mars that we have, the Mars energy. There's a Mars opposition in Uranus, which is creating kind of a situation where things may be kind of chaotic. There might be like some rebellion. There might be some irritability, anger, just unexpected changes, you know, tumultuous things happening, kind of like they already have been for the, we've already had Mars in Scorpio. We've already had our Scorpio season. We've had a lot of our energies in Scorpio. So it's just one of those things, like even just looking back on the past and being able to help change your ideas about things and see them in a different way is going to help you manifest better things in the future, especially during this new moon that could be a little bit crazy. It could be a little bit intense for some of us still, okay? So, excuse me. Okay, so we have, this is our Pentacles energy, or stones, okay? But it's the acrobat. And I haven't studied these enough to really understand, like, what the acrobat, I think this might be the Hanged Man in a way. I'm not sure. Like I said, I haven't studied these enough to know, but it doesn't matter because I'm an intuitive reader anyway. Okay, but this is about really throwing yourself into this change. And this little guy is definitely about inner child healing. And I've said this before, but when the divine feminine goes really deep and gets, because again, the program that I have, the Aloha Switch program, it goes from the abundant holistic healing, holistic law of attraction to shadow work onto the inner child healing. Okay, it's 30 videos. It's a great deal. It is so in-depth, many, many hours. Most of the videos are like 30, 45 minutes long. So there's a lot of information. And when you get so deep in there, when you throw yourself into this and you really understand that this is necessary, and you get to that inner child healing, by the time, you know, when the divine feminine a lot of times will do, and this may not be for everyone, but when the divine feminine gets to the point where they've cleared out everything, they've done the shadow work, and then they're getting into the inner child healing, that's the point where you start noticing maybe the effects of your partner doing some shadow work. Okay, the divine masculine is usually a few steps behind the divine feminine. And just understand, the more deep you go in this work, and this is not some gimmick, oh, buy my program. This is legit because it's, again, you're connected to your person. So whenever, you know, the intuitive one, the feminine, whatever time is going within, it is bringing down this pull, this, you know, majestic, supernatural pull for the divine masculine to figure out some of these things and to face some of their, you know, fears, beliefs, and expectations. And so, like I said, divine feminine getting into the shadow work, really throwing herself into it. And again, getting a lot of, because she's throwing herself into this, or he, you know, whatever, again, because they know, because they've looked at the past, they've heard the signs, they've heard the messages from the spirit world, the spirit guides, the universe, whatever, angels telling you to look at the past. This is some shadow work as well, understanding, coming to a deeper understanding, but also just getting this message that we need to go deeper and we need to do the inner child healing here, okay? And this is about learning and growing and changing from doing this work. What a beautiful card. So much growth. And the growth here is going to be showing, you know, when you get to that point, again, of the program where you are at the inner child healing, you're really going to see growth in all areas, especially the outer areas. It's already going to be happening for you. You know, you're already going to be seeing relationship changes. You're already going to be seeing money changes, maybe even getting closer to your mission and what you're actually doing on a daily basis, and your environment. All of it is going to be changing here. There really is a lot going on. And whenever you change so deeply within, you can't help but change your outer life, and for the better. Because again, we clear out these old thoughts, beliefs, expectations, you know, the old stories that you tell yourself every day, the old thoughts that just keep on occurring in your mind. This is how we really change those. You know, people are like, oh, I'm going to change my thoughts and do the law of attraction just by working up here. No, that's not it. It's holistic law of attraction. The way that you need to go about this is going deep in and making the changes on a real level, because it all starts within and then it goes outward. It's, changing your thoughts, but you don't just say, I'm going to change my thoughts now and just let's push those old thoughts out and let's just bring these new thoughts in. That's not it, because you need to have a connection with them. You need to have a deeper understanding. And it is about the emotional as well. Sometimes we can heal ourselves without even using the thoughts, because we're just using this emotional side of it, if that kind of makes sense here. Okay, so here we have definitely a situation where things are changing fast. And this is as a direct result of the inner child healing. So the inner child healing is going to switch things up for you. It is going to get you, I don't want to say get you off your ass. It's like, get off your ass and do the work, and that's going to get you off your ass to have to do something else. But what we have here, okay, sometimes what happens is when we're going through the inner child healing, you know, it doesn't feel good. I'm just going to warn you right away. Like, it's not going to feel good right away. but this is really going to change your desire a little bit more. This is going to give you some passion. And I'm really feeling like what this is coming up in something, is changing. You're going to let go of old things, but you're also going to be pushed and urged, and you're going to have this renewed passion to push forward and come into something else. Okay. And this something else is absolutely going to have to do with your mission. Okay. So, and it has to do with your money. She's, one might think she's sad, and she might be, but I think that she may just be resting, because I'm really not getting a lot of sad energy here. Although, how is this coming across here? Let me get this here with it. Wow. Okay. This is crazy. This is about some of this minimalist energy we have coming through, because we do have the new moon is going to be conjunct Venus in Capricorn. Capricorn just came out from Sagittarius, and so it's going into Capricorn. So it's kind of this toning down energy. And Venus, because sometimes it's about our pleasures, it's about our love, but it's also about our money. So I'm feeling like, with all of this Pentacles energy, this is very clearly from going from the 5 to the 4 to the 3 of Stones. This is about letting go of something. This is about letting go of something that you maybe didn't think that you were going to let go of something. Okay, sorry about that, guys. So I don't remember exactly what I was saying when my phone went off, but I've got a charger now, so sorry about that. So what I was getting kind of as I was meditating a little bit on this, whenever my phone had died, is that, again, there's going to be some change in the direction of where you want to go with your life, of what you feel like your purpose is. And this, again, goes with all of our energies here that are coming through with the astrological energies, but it's also going to be as a direct result of you doing this work. Excuse me. Goodness gracious. So we're doing this work, and then it's helping us to change what our purpose is, what our actions are. Okay. This is also, I'm getting out of this that, this is the divine feminine, not chasing, but being chased. Okay. So that is kind of a wonderful thing. For the divine feminine in the past, they're probably all the one who, they have the tendency to chase. And then the divine masculine can be the runner, as we like to call them. But that's going to change. And this passionate energy is about the divine masculine energy chasing the divine feminine. Okay. And basically the divine feminine, not that they're necessarily going to run, but just that's what the dynamic is. And it's overall a very sturdy, growth energy, to where the relationship is going to be very solid, but it's going to be very passionate. Okay. So this is a wonderful sign. And not only this, but it's going to go further and beyond that. Okay. Whenever you have your passion aligned and your things are going a little bit better, a little bit more sturdier with your person, you are going to then you are going to be doing some of this minimalization energy with your pentacles. So you might be cutting down your friends. I feel like there may be, again, some of these friends or maybe family members that just kind of are a roadblock between you and your person. It could be on your side, could be on your divine masculine side, but just the fact of you doing this work, going deep within, doing not only the shadow work, but the inner child healing, and then it's going to change you, change your life, and then other people are going to notice this. They're going to see you and how you've changed, the growth that you've made, the things that you've let go, okay? Because these leaves all over the floor here, that's definitely, we think something's dying, but it's really just changing. And, those are signs of the change, and these obstacles are behind her. Okay, she might still be dealing with one, maybe two, but most of these obstacles are incredibly, behind you, and they're no longer even relevant. So even though things may not be, fixed exactly right away, there's this steady understanding of getting back to what really matters. You're going to uncover treasures that, and I feel like this is even within the relationship or within yourself, that are just so wholesome and pure, and it's like I said, it's going to shine through. It's going to shine through with your outer energies. Again, your social, I feel like your social, this is really going to help people to see you in a new way and see that you've changed so much. And again, it may be the very people that are sort of helping to get in the way effectively of your relationship with your person. Okay. So their perspective is going to change after you do this work, because everything, when you change your passion, when you change what you're working for, what you're living for, when your partner, when your twin flame is now so passionate about you, other people can't help but see that. Okay. So it's like these stumbling blocks, these obstacles that are in your way are going to be removed. And what is going to be left is realizing that, you guys had this beautiful relationship all the time, that it was beautiful, that it is purposeful, that it is divine, that it is one of those things that's like it's a treasure. It's a treasure box. It's, it's the uncovered jewels. And these are also very much speaking to, home, to understanding. It's like, not only are you guys coming into the understanding, and it's funny because this matches up with the divine masculine as well. Not only will you guys come into an understanding that your person is your true home, that your person is your true future, your true love, all of these things, but other people. See how there's three owls? Okay. So this is going to show that there is somebody in your life, in you or your partner's life, that maybe did not used to approve of the relationship, but that was maybe the one, out of maybe these 5 obstacles that was really in the way of the relationship. And once this becomes kind of clear, and once it's kind of like you're paring down, it's not just like, oh, you're cleaning out your house, although this really could be, it's Pentacles energy. So it could be, paring down and maybe thinking about moving in, or this could be moving in with your person after some time. I'm not saying this is all going to happen immediately. It could be that. It could be, again, paring down of your friends, paring down of people that were in opposition to this relationship. It could be paring down the extra work, and something could be about the financial as well, because it is Pentacles energy. It could be about, the divine masculine realizing that the true treasure is with you, and, not with work, money, because it's paring down. Whatever ideas that comes to you is probably what, however, again, it resonates with you is probably what it is. But when you do the work, you have your change in passion, change in relationship dynamic. I think this is about the divine masculine really understanding the passion and not being scared of it, and not being afraid to pursue it. And, again, anything that was blocking the relationship is going to be pared down. And at the end, you're going to have that, that person that might have been the very most against the relationship is now completely changed their mind. They understand that this is a warm, loving, truly beautiful, and divine relationship. They're going to see that. And they're not going to be standing, in front of you anymore or blocking you anymore. They're going to be a part of the relationship. So it's almost like you're gaining, an extra family member or a person on this. And this also has to do with the roots of the tree coming out of the home. So this is about understanding and starting afresh from there, that this relationship is your home. This is where you belong. This is coming into union, and also having, that as your basic belief system, and being able to grow from there. And who knows, come into mission together, move in, like whatever it is. Okay. So that was awesome. And, it's not exactly as I expected everything coming out like this, but I do want to just do another kind of overlying wrap up, underlying energies here. Last things to throw in, anything else we need to know for both the divine masculine and the divine feminine here. I'm going to do 4 cards, and we'll just see what we can have before we go. Again, I hope you guys are doing absolutely wonderful. I hope you're, braving the storm and getting through everything perfectly, just as you should, because all of this stuff happens for a reason. I've been saying in a lot of videos, we are cutting out and transmuting a lot of energy over the past few millennia, like literally thousands of years, that is in our bloodlines and all of this stuff that we are changing. So this isn't even just about you. This is very deep work. It's always deeper than we think it is. Just kind of know that and carry that with you, okay? And this is definitely going with some of this energy that we have astrologically as well. Again, with this Mars in our Scorpio, this makes us very passionate. It can make us very, again, like rebellious, and almost hostile. And this is about curbing that. This is about understanding that and using it for a reason. Again, the rebellion is just like pain. This is something that is a fiery, purpose and passion for us to do something, to change something in this world, so, and this is not just, lash out at anybody. It's like taming the lion. It's like taming that aggression. It's like, instead of being a rebel without a cause, we're now coming into learning how to be a rebel with a cause. We're learning that the best way to create change is to go within, always. That's why she's got the landscape over her head. Okay? This is about being in alignment with the highest good as well, and protecting yourself and the relationship and everything else, by not letting people walk all over us. This is about coming into our power, which is a huge theme for this moon, this new moon in Sagittarius. Coming into our true power. Again, it's kind of like taming that purpose and that passion and that anger and that drive, and using it for good, to do something good. Okay? So again, whatever that kind of comes through for you in your relationship, or whatever when you are just going through your life and you have these bursts of anger or, irritability or whatever come through, that's when you do the shadow work and look at those. And that's how you actually deal. That's how you deal with this crazy passion, And again, this may be you're angry, that you haven't heard from your person, or why are they, and a lot of this is, again, those thoughts and beliefs and expectations that keep on happening. But change how you react, maybe set some boundaries. Again, it's coming into your power. And again, for the divine feminine, this is maybe just a lot about not chasing that divine masculine anymore. You're not doing what you always used to do. Something is changing. You're getting in better control of yourself, basically. Okay. And with that comes definitely saying goodbye. Again, it's this paring down energy. We're paring down things that we thought we needed, things that we had to have. We thought we needed a ring and a home and move in. But now we're letting go of these ideas. We're letting go of these beliefs and expectations. Could be letting go of habits of, calling too much, habits of texting. Why, or not texting, see what I recommend for the divine feminine. If she's not hearing from the divine masculine, but she wants to, don't text them. Be like, why haven't you texted me? What's going on? Give them a lighthearted, like, before you get too upset about it. Again, it's like tame that tiger, tame that lion. Before you get too upset about the fact that you haven't heard from them, just give them a little, hey, what's up? How's it going? Just real light, real casual. Don't be like, oh my God, I never hear from you. Because it's like, if you don't tame it, then it's going to blow up. And this is about letting go of habits that you used to do. Okay. And moving forward to a new way of acting. Okay. This is exactly how this is coming through. Doing this growth, doing the shadow work, and then you can fully start to realize. So like, if you're doing the shadow work, just a quick example, for those of you who don't have the program yet, you basically just flip the switch. So if you're saying, my person is ignoring me, or my person is in no communication, then you would flip it and say, I'm in no communication. So right there, that would say, well, are you just waiting for your partner to come to you? Or maybe you should text them. Maybe you should email them or whatever. But again, it wouldn't be like, oh my God, I miss you so much. Why are you not letting my calls? I'm so upset. No, just a, hey, what's going on? Thinking about you. Hope everything's great. Simple. Don't ask for anything. Don't beg for anything. Be strong. Be strong and claim that power, okay? But again, it's changing things from what you used to do, okay? Maybe you used to, if you used to get upset and run, maybe don't run. Maybe communicate here, okay? Again, it's stepping back and understanding, again, like what I said about the divine masculine, what they're going through, what they're focusing on, understanding this and being able to operate from a better frequency, okay? And it may be a little bit uncomfortable for you, to understand or believe these things, but it's like, keep pushing, keep growing, and everything's going to change, okay? Oh, and let me go back to that little scenario for the shadow work. So if we have, excuse me, if we have the first thing was, okay, they're not communicating with me, I'm not communicating with them. So you realize, oh, well, I haven't communicated with them for a while. maybe I should. Okay. It doesn't mean you have to do that, but it's just understanding that, okay, well, why am I expecting them to communicate if I'm not? It may not be the right time to communicate, but it's just understanding that and knowing that and not blaming them and not having that belief and expectation that it's all their fault. Okay. Or if you realize maybe, for instance, that you're so busy and that's why you haven't texted them, then maybe understand that probably could be the exact same thing that they're doing. I mean, it's just like, it's very personal, and it just, whatever comes up for you a lot of times it helps you to gain a lot of perspective. But that's not the only way we flip the switch in the shadow work. Okay. So you have your initial complaint or judgment about somebody. They're not communicating with me. You flip it on yourself. I'm not communicating with them. Okay. And then you flip it for them, and you say, okay, they're not communicating with me, and you say, well, they are communicating with me. And then you can think about, well, they did actually text me like last week, and maybe am I overreacting? Like sometimes it helps you to understand things like that. Or, you could kind of realize, well, maybe, oops, they tried to communicate with me in a different way, and I just missed that or something. And then, and sometimes, it's just understanding that may be a mantra that you want to take. Like, oh, just make that your mantra. They are communicating with me, and make that your thought. Because again, and I want to make this clear, when you're doing the shadow work and flipping the switch like this, it doesn't have to be an actuality. When you're considering that, it could be a thought, belief, or expectation that you're putting through. So if you're believing that they're not communicating, then that may be what's happening. But maybe if you start saying they are communicating with me, then maybe that'll start happening. And if you feel good about it, even more all the better. Okay. So they are communicating with you. You are communicating with them. So again, it's like not every single one is always going to be the most powerful. Usually one or two may help you to kind of, again, see things in a new perspective and act in a new way. Okay. The acting in a new way over time is going to help you to completely change your life, completely change your world. Stay open to spirit guides. Stay open to, again, shadow work, looking in the mirror, looking at what your true self is trying to tell you, trying to show you. This is about understanding the holistic law of attraction, all of it, the whole entire program. So again, claryberry.com, go check it out. And it's also just about being yourself. Being yourself, allowing yourself to shine in your own way, allowing yourself to communicate in your own way, but also with your partner, allowing them to communicate, to show their love, to show their changes and all of these things in their own way. And if you hear, this is also about, absolutely, if you hear one word, if you hear one thing, if you guys have one, day where things happen, really hold on to that and really be grateful and happy. Even if you just get a little text, bam, you got your communication. Now you're in communication. It's not like now you're happy, but it's like be happy and pay attention to the little things. It's like the little seed, pay attention to any little growth, any little thing that you have, and let that become part of your mantra in the future. Again, in creating this new world, well, now we're in communication. Now things are moving forward. Now we're doing this. And again, a lot of this is going to come after you get your priorities straight. And again, your priority should be getting my program, honestly, because it will help you. It has absolutely changed my life. I've got videos on this. You can watch the video of over the summer when I was in a really, kind of a negative place with my twin flame, and we had a big tower moment, and I was able to maneuver it just way easily and way better than ever before, able to have a really good summer together. And it was because I prioritized the work, the shadow work, the learning about twin flames, the learning about all of this, and then getting deep into the inner child healing, that I was able to completely change the situation and come into a deeper union. Okay. And I still do the work. I still do the work every single day. Okay. So absolutely go deep. Before you act on anything, get the program and go deep. Okay. You can email me at claryberry.com. You can find me all over social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Tumblr, Pinterest. Again, all the updated prices on my personal readings, my program, my packages, and everything, Patreon, explanation, all of that stuff is at claryberry.com. And also the link for the Facebook group is down there as well. You can get exclusive videos and content every week. So take care. I will talk to you guys so soon. Have a great day. I will see you tomorrow. Bye.